Like I said, my content is not for everybody, and that's okay. God works in mysterious ways. God is good. Imagine being misunderstood. They label you that as you're stubborn, only to realize you're far from stubborn. At the end of the day, they disrespected you before they actually got to know you. You had confidence within yourself to understand your worth, to know your value. They tried to shortchange you when it came to one-sided conversations if that was their issue. You was far from stubborn. You just knew to respect yourself to understand your worth. You understood your worth. When you know your worth, you're not allowing someone to allow you to feel like otherwise, less than. You're not allowing yourself to live in fear or be discouraged or give up on yourself because someone doesn't know how to respect you and they're quick to label you stubborn. You know what you've been through when it came to trauma and pain. You're not trying to make any excuses because you understood boundaries, to respect yourself and for someone to respect you. And if you have to walk it alone on that respect highway road in your own lane, you'd rather do it with an even exchange. Not to go back and forth with words, someone who doesn't understand communication and stay in their own lane. You know, when God works in mysterious ways, God is going to show you who's going to pour into you, not to go against you, to hurt you with words, or allow you to feel like you're saying something wrong within saying something wrong when choosing yourself to better yourself. When they try to label you stubborn, they say that you was the problem because you was stubborn, only to realize they're using that word to interpret it the wrong way when it came to you. All because of the fact that you had motivation within you. And you knew how to respect yourself, to respect your neighbor, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. You wasn't having excuses to show up for yourself because of mommy and daddy issues. Or someone didn't know how to respect you, let alone love you. But they labeled you stubborn. They labeled you stubborn because you stood out. They labeled you stubborn because of the fact that you was not allowing yourself to be put into a narrative of someone else's delusional conversation. That's not who you truly was that day. All because they wanted you to be somebody that you truly wasn't. All because they judged a book by its cover and they didn't get to know you for who you truly was. They overlooked you. And they put a description on you as to someone that you truly wasn't, only for you to realize that at the end of the day, everybody wasn't truly for you. They labeled you stubborn because you was different. They labeled you stubborn because of the fact that you spoke up. And you didn't have malicious intentions. You knew how to be real and without wearing a mask, not to hurt someone with words and trauma and pain. Because you understood your worth. You understood God's time and how God works in mysterious ways. And you wasn't trying to deal your own fair share of karma that day. Because at the end of the day, you know how it feels to be uncomfortable. Because we are all not the same. Someone labeled you stubborn. Wow. It made you feel like you had to go within like you was doing something wrong. And only to realize you was communicating with yourself in the most healthiest way to know your worth. To understand boundaries. To understand and self-reflect that I'm not trying to remind myself of what I've been through or allowing someone to put a projection on me because they don't know how to respect my boundaries or respect me for who I truly am because they have malicious intentions or they secretly in competition with me or they don't see my worth. They don't understand my faith. They judged the book by its cover that day all because I knew how to go within. They labeled me stubborn. Whole because of the fact that I wasn't dealing with someone's bullcrap that day. They labeled me stubborn. Imagine someone labeling you stubborn, you're not doing nothing besides minding your business to go within, in your own lane, and understanding your intuitions. That you can respect yourself to respect your neighbor, but it wasn't an even exchange. That's why you had to part ways, understand that everybody's not truly for you. When someone labels you stubborn, they label you stubborn because they said that you was doing too much and only to realize you wasn't doing enough. And only the reason why you wasn't doing enough because they wanted you to be somebody that you truly wasn't. You have confidence within you to stay in your own lane. You have confidence within yourself to be yourself. You have confidence within yourself not to kick your neighbor down. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, wow. We are all not the same. A projection that you projected on someone that day, only to realize you have to go within a day to understand your whereabouts as to where your mental state is. Because you put a narrative on someone and you don't know what you're talking about, only to realize you was truly the problem. Because we are all not the same. You have to be mindful when using certain words when someone understands their worth. Because not everybody is stubborn. When someone knows their worth and has boundaries for themselves in the most healthiest way, not to kick their neighbor down with words or trauma and pain, that we are all not going to show up the same. You label someone stubborn because they tie their shoe differently. You label someone stubborn because they wasn't allowing themselves to be in that domestic violence situation. You label someone stubborn because they chose themselves to better themselves and to understand that, hey, I'm not allowing trauma and pain to hold me back. You label someone stubborn. You label someone stubborn because they walked away from that relationship that was unhealthy. You label someone stubborn because of the fact that they chose themselves to better themselves. You label someone stubborn because they had confidence within themselves. You label someone stubborn because they was different to go within and to understand and self-reflect, to stay in their own lane, and they were not the same like you. To understand your intuition. You label someone stubborn because they was able to recognize, to look in the mirror, to love themselves and find peace within. You label someone stubborn because they didn't disrespect you that day. And you was looking for a reaction when you antagonized them, only to realize you shortchanged yourself, neighbor. You label someone stubborn because they believed in themselves in the most healthiest way, and they wasn't trying to project trauma and pain on you, and only to realize you became your own excuse when it came to your mental health, only to realize that we are all not the same. You label someone stubborn. You laughed at someone, then laughing at someone, only to realize the joke was on you, all because of the fact that someone knew how to stay in their own lane and trying to figure out what shares you, neighbor. Because you know the good God sees everything. Because God works in mysterious ways. And when God is protecting that child of God, to show them at the end of the day that there are better days ahead. Not everybody's supposed to be part of your journey. And that's okay, because we're not all the same. They labeled you stubborn. It's okay to be different. It's okay to know your worth. It's okay to have self-confidence within yourself. It's okay to walk away from someone who doesn't see your value. And especially when you're not disrespecting them and they taking your kindness for weakness. All along, they judge a book by its cover because they didn't even get the time to take them to get to know you for who you truly are. But they was quick to label you stubborn because you wasn't dealing with something less than or other than shortchanging yourself when it comes to communication. When you know how to honor yourself and respect yourself, good day, bad day, misunderstanding, they label you stubborn. We are all not the same in how God works in mysterious ways. They labeled you stubborn. Never get discouraged because someone didn't see your worth. Never get discouraged because you went within to heal your trauma and pain and it wasn't an overnight process, or you're willing to go through that process of healing your trauma and your pain. And it's not going to be an overnight process, let alone a competition to go against your neighbor at the end of the day. But knowing your worth, things will never be the same. You matter your worth. They don't get discouraged because they don't see your worth and they labeled you stubborn. When you don't have malicious intentions regardless of your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability, or your age. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, regardless if you had mommy and daddy issues, let alone someone that know how to respect you. You still know how to respect your neighbor. But no malicious intentions, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. You don't have to kick your neighbor down with words. But they shortchanged themselves when they had to dish their own fair share, their own karma, only to realize how God works in mysterious ways. Like I said, my content is not for everybody, and that's okay. Just because someone gave up on you, don't give up on yourself. Just because someone overlooked you, don't give up on yourself. You deserve to be treated with respect 365 days with no malicious intentions of bring harm towards yourself or others around you. Protect your energy, because not everybody's deserving your time of your day. You matter, you're worthy. Protect your energy, because not everybody's deserving your time of your day. I treat your time to the genuine ones only. Have a safe day, have a safe week, have a safe remaining month, have a safe remaining year. Have a safe weekend. Protect your energy, because nobody's deserving your time of your day. Never allow hate in disguise or personal intentions like your thought process, feeling your pockets, or your eyesight, because they don't have good intentions. Loving yourself is not a crime. Never get discouraged because someone doesn't see your worth, or let alone understand how you can show up for yourself, to be patient with yourself. And when someone tries to antagonize your character, you understood to respect yourself, not to go back and forth with words with someone who didn't understand your worth. You matter, you're worthy. Never allow someone to shortchange you, because God is showing up for you to show you your faith, that you're willing to better yourself. And it wasn't an overnight process, healing trauma and pain, but you matter, you're worthy. Now you genuine love, respect. I am the original owner of all my words, of my content. I say that respectfully. Have a good day.